here is my Macintosh Powerbook 180 from 1992. Now, this is a sad story, actually. It's really unfortunate the kind of shape that this machine is really in. I mean, it looks beautiful. It does need some cleaning. I mean, like, there's dust in there on it. I mean, could probably use another Windex and rag treatment because there's crap right there. But I'll do that later. But this machine sports a 33 MHz 68030 Motorola processor, 14 megabytes of memory. That is 4 built in on the motherboard, and then there's an optional 10 megabyte card that I have installed. It's proprietary memory. It's a PowerBook 100 PS RAM card. I think that's what those things are called. And yeah, it's got feet. You don't see these anymore. It's got 2 feet, one on this side. Those are really rough. That side and one on the other side. And this power brick really is, the one that it's got now is really not good enough for this machine. It's that big brick right there. It's not good enough. It just doesn't have the power to, well, it does, but ugh. This machine really, it could use a little bit of cleaning. And this power brick, the one that it's got right now, the one that I have it plugged into at the moment, really, it's got a little bit of a problem because it's too loose for the socket. And as soon as I insert a floppy disk into the drive, it resets the computer because power from the AC line gets interrupted and I have no battery installed. Give me that. I just have this blank there because the battery is somewhere around here and it's shorted. I have to rebuild it. Probably do that when I find a reason to go up to that store again. But let me show you the ports. On this side, the back here, you have the power brick port, the Kensington lock, and there would be a port door here, but that's missing, obviously. You have a optional telephone modem slot here, but this one doesn't have that, so it's just a blank. HDI 30 SCSI. That's a really oddball connection, but they have these on all their portable laptops that actually do have SCSI. ADB, microphone and headphone, monitor, another, oh no, that's fax, or maybe that's Apple Serial. A data modem, stop going out of focus, interrupt reset, and the power button. That's why most of these machines don't have a port door, is because the power button is behind the port door. What an inconvenient place to put it, isn't it? On this side, you just have the floppy drive. No CD-ROM, it's too old for that. When you open it up, you see beautiful. You see the colorful Apple logo. They've got that on the top as well. And let me describe these humps for you. This is actually Apple's, I think it's Snow White design language or something like that. And on some of their computers, like the LC, the Apple II, a lot of those, they would have lines in them, like little. This machine was mainly intended as a replacement to the PowerBook 170, or an upgrade to the 170, and as such, most of the case parts are, interchangeable. But some of them are not. The difference is here is this one has an elongated speaker port. The 170 has a shorter one, probably about like maybe that big. I've never seen a 170 in person. But the plastics are a shade darker, and well, a shade or two darker. And let me do some more describing here. The this display is an active display. It's an active matrix, 640 by 400 TFT, 16-bit panel, black and white, or well, black grayscale. there's a microphone there. A separate brightness and contrast. Normally you don't see these on an active display. But this is also a shame because once it hits the Mac OS screen, like the Mac OS loading splash, I can't use the brightness anymore. I don't know how that's possible, but I just can't. And this trackball assembly, this is actually kind of broken as well. Oh, you've got it. You can already see it's going to need some major cleaning. Look at that. How dirty that is. But that's not all. It is broken. And you'd be able to see that if this camera would stop going on focus. Both of them are like that. There's really no way to fix that other than replacing it. Just replace the assembly completely. And the keyboard. Now the keyboard, easily half the keys on this keyboard do not work. They do not respond. I know the 3 doesn't. 3 doesn't respond. The P doesn't respond. There was another one that didn't. My command key doesn't work. Which really, that makes this machine virtually useless because the command key is non-functional. Anyways, I'm going to power it up here. Actually, first, I'm going to describe for you this, why there are these bumps. Now, this is Apple's Snow White design language. Basically, on most Apple Macintoshes, these would just be down, like vent kind of things. But on these, they didn't make it like that because it simply wasn't possible with a laptop, so they just bumped it out. Now on the 180C, it's a little different. This is actually right here, and it's mounted a little bit higher than the normal case here, and the Apple logo's right there because that's to compensate for the larger backlight and larger thickness of the LCD, because of course it's a color active matrix display. And this machine is actually almost perfect, bottom pan wise. There are no broken standoffs, nothing's busted, nothing's destroyed, nothing's cracking, nothing's fracturing, nothing. The hard drive is in good condition. It is an 80 megabyte, I believe it's an IBM drive. Although, don't hold me against that, I have no idea what it is. It's probably an IBM, but it's a SCSI drive, which those are getting rare as they fail because they are no longer made. And they do fail, and they do fail often. So if you have one, even if it's partially functioning, hang on to it. Because I can guarantee you there will be somebody that will use it. Anyways, now I can power it up here. I did reset the date and time on it because obviously it had lost that. I do have RAM Doubler 2 installed, but that's not going to do anything because I don't have Mode 32 installed. And I can't install it because, again, my floppy drive doesn't work. We can wait for it to power up here. It takes a while to start up. Now, of course, this machine does not run 7.5.3. That's what it's running right now. It's not... Slowly loading our extensions here. Now, it's running 7.5.3, which really, it demands a little bit much on the processor and the, not the processor, it demands much on the hard drive and the memory, so it's really not the best to be running on this. I'm probably going to wipe it and install 7.5. I don't know. Probably when I get the floppy drive fixed, I'll wipe it. And that is a virus program that I have loaded. That's what that little thing there is. Oops. Come on. There we go. And we are almost fully started up. 10 minutes later. Wow, it's already been 10 minutes? So you can see I have set the date and time. For whatever reason, it thinks there's a battery installed. I don't know why that is. But so let's see the About This Mac. You can see Powerbook 180. 14 megabytes of installed memory. And System 753. I am going to be eventually wiping this because there is some stuff on it that I want to get rid of. Not much. There really isn't much installed on this computer anyways, at all. I mean, applications, there's APS Power Tools, which is a backup program. A whole bunch of calculators. Those are desktop things. ClarisWorks 3.0, WordPerfect 3.5 Enhanced. Hugo, which is a translator program. I installed that myself, actually, when the battery was still working. It did come, when I got it, the battery was functional, but now the battery is not. HyperCard and a whole bunch of icons that I'm really not going to go through because there's probably about 15 billion folders in there, and I don't have the time to do that. Games, again, not much. Just Brickos Plus, Math Blaster Plus, both of those I installed myself. Playroom, Incredible Machine, World of Weasels. Not much. I may load some more when I fix the floppy drive. And I'm actually going to open up Teach Text. I'm going to I'm going to test this keyboard to see how bad it is. Key by key. Okay, the 2 key doesn't work. 3 key doesn't work. 5 key doesn't work. 8 key doesn't work. 9 key doesn't work. 0 key doesn't work. Wow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Only 7 keys on the top row work. My delete key works. That's good. My T doesn't work. My Y doesn't work. My O doesn't work. My P doesn't work. My A doesn't work. My S doesn't work. My F doesn't work. My G doesn't work. My H doesn't work. My J doesn't work. My K does work. L works. That doesn't work. B doesn't work. N does work. M doesn't work. That doesn't work. This doesn't work. And that doesn't work. Okay, so we've got a problem. Oh, and that shift key doesn't work either. Does this shift work? That shift works. And I'll show you Command Quit doesn't do anything. My command key is non-functional. Which is a pain in the ass because some programs need the command Q to exit. No, do not save anything. Okay, so I'm going to make this even longer for you and I'm going to play a game of Brickos Plus. Probably fail miserably at doing it too. At least my trackball still works. Oh yeah, I gotta have the huge ball and the huge paddle because I suck. And here we go. Listen to the high quality sound. Now this game does like to glitch if you've seen my earlier videos. Aw man, I thought I had that. Yeah, I suck. As soon as I get on camera, I'm terrible at this game. God. This must be hard for you guys to watch. Aw, man. Okay, this is my last ball. Sweet. Aw. Oh well. I got 95 as a score. Anyways, exit of that. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. That's the, PowerBook 180. And, I'm going to, shut it off. Look at how fast this is. Boom, off. A lot faster than some of the Wintel machines that you have these days. And even some of these other Macintoshes, like the, iMac. So, yes, thank you for watching. I hope to see you next time. Have a comment, feel free to leave it down below. Till then, enjoy your PowerBook.